get into the game. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so welcome to Level Up TV, found at levelupyourgame.net or /leveluptv on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. I'm Disrepute with my good pal Vor, and we're here for EuroCup 26 ClanBase Quake Live TDM. It's going to be a Group B match. Lemmings Effect, who currently top the group, are going to take on the reigning ClanBase EuroCup champions. 25th season, that's Deliberate Murder, yep, 102. Let's run down the teams quickly. Gwynplaine, Kinko, Spawns and Products is for Lemmings Effect, and for Deliberate Murder we got Immortal, Starosta, Pavel and Fortune. Clash of perhaps the Titans in this group. Well,
I don't know about the Titans label just yet. But yeah.
We'll
Lemmings
see.
Effect, they've been so impressive so far, and this is without a doubt their biggest test of the season. But it's on the map that I think of any team, they've looked the best on this map so far from what we've seen. And I think this is going to be a real challenge for 102.
Let's put this into context. If Lemmings Effect win this, they are pretty much guaranteed. I think they're guaranteed to qualify through the group. They're not guaranteed to win the group,
I believe they are.
But they're guaranteed to qualify in the top 3 places. And then 102, that would put them down as having 2 losses and 1 victory. So they'll still need to do a bit of work to qualify, although they'd still be in contention. If 102 win it, I mean, it really opens up the group. Everybody in the group would have had a loss, and the top 5 out of 6, I think, will have wins to their name as well. So it would still all be up in the air, with only really the Czech team looking like they're completely out of it. Purgatory, double power-up map. We got 2 yellows, we got the red, we got the mega. Wait for this for the full arsenal of weapons: machine gun and gauntlet, spawn weapons, the shotgun, grenade launcher, rocket launcher, lightning gun, rail gun, and plasma.
I can't believe you actually listed them all. I mean, you even listed the machine gun. I mean,
I love it. Love it. Yeah, this is one of those interestingly balanced maps where, because it's got 2 power-ups, you think of it in a more tactical sense, I guess, but it's actually quite an open, flowing, aggressive map.
Yeah, it can be, that's for sure. There's not really anywhere to turtle up and be effective on this map. You really do have to stay in the fight for most of it.
That red armor room in the centre ground of the map, the heart of the map, has multiple angles you can get shot from. So it's not really in a position to hold, and you end up having to push out for the mega round. We're going to go live in 2, 1, and we're off and underway. Following Starosta off the start, just getting that grenade launcher spawn, and he's going to grab himself a yellow armor, but hasn't got really too much else to do. Rocket launcher in hand. We do have a power-up time, and it's going to be, you know, a relatively late one. They don't know the times, of course, the teams of the items. They only know once they've picked it up. Weapons will spawn 30 seconds after they're done. Red armor in 3 seconds time going to spawn up. They all know roughly the time of that second spawn. It looks like 102 timed that one perfectly to dive in there. Starosta didn't really want to pick up that lightning gun. Wanted to leave for a teammate. He's only got 3 health. I'm going to cycle away from him, actually. Somebody close to the quad is Pavel. And it looks like he is going to grab the quad. Looks like it might be a split, though. There's the battlesuit in the hands of Kinku. Does hit a rail on that quad. Waiting for this red armor, going to stack up on that one as well. They switch back to the quad. Pavel's only got 32 health. And he is taken out by the battlesuit as well.
Yeah, I mean, Kinko hit that first rail on him when he first saw him, and I think that really put Pavel at a serious disadvantage. That's a nice run. I mean, they're still behind, but after the good start 102 had, it's going to go some way to bring Lemmings Effect back into this.
Kinko just carrying on from their previous match, just up there with 87% rail. Really not missing any of these shots, but, you know, they're not actually that hard of shots. These are shots you want to be hitting at a top level.
Yeah, that was a much harder shot though, and he's hit that one as well. So really nice play. And this area, of course, so vital on Purgatory. He defends that high overlook into the red room, make sure that the red pickup is safe for his team.
Superb positioning, superb accuracy, and such efficiency as well there. Apart from that rocket shot. Grabs the Mega as well, right in front of Pavel. That's excellent timing. And look at the damage he's dealt out on this spawn.
Yeah, that was a heavy rocket on the player dropping in from the quad.
The damage he's done to Pavel as well. He did manage to drop the railgun. I think Pavel must have had the yellow.
Yeah, I think he thought maybe that the rail could finish after his splash rocket, but with that yellow, it was just enough to protect Pavel.
Great run of frags there by Kinko, but I mean, the teams are still tied, so 102 were doing damage on the other side of the map away from the action that we were watching. Still following Pavel with this railgun. That's a great little drop down rail. Of course, known to be one of the top duelers in Europe / Russia, I guess, at the moment.
One of the top TDMers as well.
5 seconds to go until quad spawns. Battlesuit will follow by a couple of seconds. Pavel in a good position to counter it, but, well, just drop down, no pressure from Lemmings Effect. That's a bit surprising there. Prod X must have been under pressure there. He's not got a stacked Battlesuit. He does have the right weaponry to utilise it pretty effectively, though. Takes out Immortal pretty comfortably. It's the roster to follow. Where's that quad? Is that behind him?
Sounded like
to the quad. No, the quad's down at Mega. It looks like he's missed out on the Mega. 10 seconds to go. He sees the Battlesuit in the back. He managed to... I think it was a... He just railed his teammate. Maybe it's a double rail hit through the Battlesuit. The Battlesuit is going to run out after, so he has to be careful, Pavel, but... Gets away with that one. Looks like they lost out on the red room, though.
Yeah, they did. The suit was able to get in there way before the quad, and I don't think the quad really wanted to challenge for it.
This is such a tight game. What a great rail through the grill, but you can see the danger of being inside that red room. You can take damage from pretty much every angle. That's why it's the room you really want to pick up the resources and then move out from. Pavel rushing around the corner, takes out spawns, 2 heavy shotguns to the chest, 10 seconds
That's
to go
a really
before the red.
efficient kill.
It's a second impressive as well. Needs team support to get this frag on spawns. It's good dodging, but Gwynplaine moving in here. What's this next red? Who's it going to go to? Looks like it is going to go to 102. Perfect timing on that one. They rushed in with 3 players in the end to take that one over.
Yeah, and only 1 player there from Lemmings Effect, and I think it's a bit of a mistake to keep the rail out. Just giving that away, and that's just going to give 102 an even bigger weapons advantage.
What we can see is, compared to the Czech Republic match, just the amount of pressure Lemmings Effect are under pretty much at all opportunities. 102 are not a shy team. They are
they've got stronger combat skills than the Czechs, so it's a different kind of threat today facing Lemmings Effect. It's more of a in-your-face team rather than a more slow-paced tactical team.
We've got 10 seconds until the quad following Kinko at the moment. A good rail, but they missed a few and he had to back off. There's a 1 frag margin between the 2 teams. He's trying to set up for Battlesuit. Immortal heavy shotgun! Oh, he's just crippled Kinko. But they've got a double power-up out of it. Perhaps exposing the weaknesses of 102 again on the power-up play. Prod X is eliminated though by Starosta. Let's switch back to the Battlesuit Gwynplaine. He hasn't got a frag yet. Shotgun, rockets and plasma to work. They've only got 3 rockets left though. Lemmings Effect do lead at the moment. Takes over control of that rail as well.
Yep, if he can get back to red, this will be a good run.
This could be quite an important kill, taking out that upper corridor threat. Oh, he's going to miss out on the red. He was just a little bit slow getting in there. So Rosta has secured that one out.
Yeah, I'm not sure they had a time on that. I think it was taken, after they'd taken both power-ups.
They should have a time on the next one though. He should have spied that one. Starosta taking up a decent position here. It's kind of vulnerable though because there's no real items to stack on, but it's important you take these upper areas outside the red room. Moving back in to help support the pickup. Red was taken by, let's see who it was, might be Pavel. He was pretty weak, screaming away. Ellie are moving into this red room now, picking up the drop weapons.
It's a very even fight in this game over the red armor. It's not as, neither team's going to settle for backing off and just allowing that pickup to go freely. It's very good aggression from both teams.
See, there's only a 4 frag margin between the 2 despite a double power up by Lemmings Effect. They are just ahead, and this is their home map, remember. 102 EuroCup champions. This was going to be a difficult test. 70% rail for Prod X at the moment. It is leading up to power up time. They're more synced up again. Managed to blow himself up. That That could cost him his life, although it actually looks like it's going to help out his teammates. Take out Fortune, who did just grab that red away from them, though. They could be well out of position for these power-ups.
Yeah, they could be under-armoured as well.
There it is, double power-up. Immortal and Pavel switch back. No, the Battlesuit's been eliminated, so it's just Pavel. Free run of the map with this quad. And he can be so deadly with power-ups. There we go, 2 quick frags. He's got 3, actually. This spawn drops down, takes a heavy shotgun. He was healthy enough, though. 4 frags on this run, waiting for the Mega. He could still pick up a couple more frags if he's quick into a dangerous position. Oh, they're coming to him. Kinko giving him that frag, really. Wasn't enough to bring back the difference, though. They'd fallen.
No, it wasn't.
Behind.
Obviously, I think if Immortal had been able to stay alive with the suit, and they'd actually had a proper double power-up run, we might have seen them tie the game up. But as it is, you know, even despite a fairly good quad run, I wouldn't say they've gained any real advantage. You know, they don't seem to be. Yeah, he's moving around the map nicely, hitting rails, but yeah, he's not going to come away with the Mega. So, you know, despite those good shots, it hasn't actually yielded the major item.
He had high rail aim, so's Kinko. He's also got 39% LG as well. If anybody, I mean, I haven't looked at the stats, I might say that Ellie looked like they might have had more red pickups.
Yeah, it's 12-7 on the red. That's meaning that I don't think 1 or 2 have picked up any of the last 4 or so reds, so good control of that at the moment for Lemmings Effect.
Head on the yellows as well, ever so slightly, so they've got an armour advantage across the board. It's building up a bit, but the Mega's still going towards the way of 102, but I mean, that last one, the last couple's been picked up by Ellie, just closing that gap in ever so slightly. From Kinko here, waiting for that lower yellow to spawn. Looks like his team are going to get in on the Battlesuit, takes out Immortal pretty comfortably. And it's going to be a Battlesuit grab, pretty comfortable one there as well. And Fortune settling for the... Oh, nice little spin rail on Prod X. There's the Battlesuit. Doesn't really want to be using the shotgun against him, just punts him back though, and that could go some way to helping him. Arms off the lightning gun. Kinku's using shotgun against the Battlesuit. Kinku not quite getting in there, close enough at first, but really good play. He just pushed him towards his teammates.
Yeah, it's interesting that Fortune didn't want to go with the lightning gun. I can only assume. Well, it was full ammo. It was 100 ammo, but I can only assume he's not happy using it against the suit with this ping. I don't know.
It's a strange choice because it's something pretty much any player would pick with quad.
Yeah,
the weapon.
He's got good aim with it, usually. But
didn't have any team support either, though. That is something that the Battlesuit did have on that occasion. You saw they actually got the frag on quad. Following spawns there, picking up the frag, and it's built up to a 12 frag margin between these two teams as we reach the halfway stage.
Still very close though, you know, neither team's taken any huge advantage yet in this game. You know, we've seen double power-ups go both ways, but actually, you know, it's actually even as a result.
Yeah, looking at the power-up times, big advantage on the quad times for 102, and for Ellie, big advantage on the Battlesuit times. Spawn's getting a nice frag on Immortal there. He was just a bit too rash with his railgun. Spawn's just snatching at that rail shot, something we haven't seen too much from anybody on the Lemmings Effect team in the last couple of matches. 10 seconds to go. He's just stayed on this yellow armor side, but he hasn't been stacking up. He hasn't really got these yellows. One of them, I think, misses out on that one, so...
That's a dangerous time to die as well, back close.
Oh! Kinku just grabbed the Battlesuit away. The quad's been delayed. That's quite a significant delay as well, and Starosta takes that one, takes rail damage, wants to dodge this rail, gets hit by it, and he gets caught out by the rocket.
That's a really good play by Gwynplaine to get there that quickly to take him out while his teammate was firing rails.
I mean, I couldn't really fault McCord there either. The way he tried to deal with it was exactly what you'd expect. Just try and dodge the rail out. Once one's missed, you dive out the way.
No, he didn't try and do that though. He, you know, when he got hit, he stayed there in the fight. And I think he needed to try and get out of there sooner. Because, you know, you could expect that that route that he got killed from, that's the route that the suit's going to come in. It wasn't the suit that killed him, but no, I think he was too focused on that railer.
Mega health picked up by Pavel. 67% for him at the moment, utilising that shotgun though, and the rockets as well. Kinko, pretty cheap kill in the end for that, and they take control of this red room. The threat is on that upper window. Spawn's just dropping in there, trying to target the player who seemingly had the weapon rather than the player standing on the red. I mean, Pavel does have a weapon though.
Teams are tied.
He's at the frag with the rocket. Too much splash damage really to be comfortable. He's going to pay the price for that. Getting machine gun down. Good rush in though by Lemmings Effect. Attack with 3 players, but over that period of time, the teams have tied.
Yeah, because Lemmings Effect threw a lot of frags away at that red armor. We saw Pavel pick up quite a few kills. I mean, these have been tight battles over the red, but sometimes you need to be careful. If you're rushing in there with no teammates, then that is just a free kill. You kind of need to keep your eyes around you to see where your teammates are and when they're going to attack.
Well, Starosta's going to be caught badly out by the power-up, so I'm going to switch around Gwyn playing in a good defensive position to support his teammate on the battlesuit pick up. That Spawns drops the rocket launcher for him as well. He's not going to rush too fast towards the quad. Pavel picking up the quad with a mega to his name. Red armor is up. I think they wanted to delay it for the quad getting in there, but I think the battlesuit managed to dive in and grab it, so that could be very dangerous unless they just stole it away before the battlesuit. Either way, Pavel just waiting on the telly exit. There he is! The battlesuit coming through, takes him out! He was punted in, and the rest of his team rushing through that telly. Pavel just mopping up the frags. 5 frags on that run.
Yeah, it's a really important run. I think it was smart as well. He didn't even consider, diving in behind the suit, because I think the suit didn't realise, that was a potential danger. Pavel potentially coming in behind him, chasing him to the mega. But he took the right option to wait outside that teleporter.
Intelligent play from world-renowned jeweler. And the Russians just showing maybe a bit more experience here, able to bring this back. This is where it could tell that previous championship winning experience.
Well, I mentioned earlier that Lemmings Effect managed to take a lot of the reds in a row, but the same thing happened for 102 there. And when you take that red, you're probably going to be denying the lightning gun as well. And we've seen yesterday that lightning gun's a major weapon for this Lemmings Effect team, and if they're being deprived of that, then that's a big boost for 102.
Good bit of plasma work by Gwynplaine. He gets caught out though, dropping down there, caught out by Pavel. Kinko just diving in there, stealing away that red. Does so much damage, gets 2 frags off the bat as well. His teammate gets the 3rd, and Lemmings Effect just suddenly gone into overdrive.
Well, that was really impressive aim there by Kinko. He kind of looked like he was in serious trouble there. He was surrounded, had to hit his shot.
He's looking good for this power play coming up. He's just picked up the mega. He's got 45 armor. He's got rocket launcher. Got rail, of which he's hitting 75%. 26 plasma, which is very nice statistics again. And here's the mega in the hands of Kinko.
He's going to put serious pressure on this squad. Wow, double power.
Need to. Gwynplaine low health. Might as well stick with him and see what happens. He should really back off here, I think.
Yeah, I don't know why he wanted to risk himself. A teammate can handle that. You need to focus on staying safe, getting some health.
It's taking a weird route, but here's machine gun down eventually. A switch back to the battlesuit. Who has just gathered in the red armor. They're going to have to do a runner. 102, although it's going to take a lot of damage. 9 impressives for Kinko. Teammate mopping up the damage he dealt with that rail. It's just, that is really good teamwork there.
It is. And all of a sudden, that double power-up's put them 18 frags ahead. What was a tied game a few moments ago.
Yeah, significantly. This is where that experience I was talking about has to come into play from 102. The only thing is, they have been known to kind of fall apart sometimes under these situations. Let's see if they can change that historic precedent. 4 minutes remain with 2 sets of power-ups left. It's more than doable.
Oh, it certainly is. I mean, we've seen them bring a similar score back earlier in the game. Didn't take them much time to do it either. I mean, once they get on a roll, they're the sort of team that will pick up frags quickly.
Well,
and this is exactly what they need.
By Fortune there, takes over the red room with a teammate support. Picked up so many frags, Lemmings Effect just running in there. Now he's got to mop up a couple of spawn kills, support his teammates at the rail. Misses out on that yellow. Unfortunately, oh, Spawn's just rushing around the corner again. We always see Lemmings Effect just creeping up in 2s. 102 there in twos, but with no weapons, and they pay a heavy price for that against spawns. Oh, he's done a great amount of damage just there with that rail and 2 kills with the lightning gun.
Yeah, good timing to do that damage as well. I mean, they've just taken the rail, they've just taken the red, so a lot of the major items going their way.
Leading up to power-ups as well, and you do not want to be going in as a fresh spawn into the power-up times. Gwynplaine grabbing that away just from the clutches of 102 as well. And they've got
double
power up, and this is where we've seen the weakness in 102's game. It is on power up play, and Ellie are punishing them.
Well, you have to thank Spawns, I think, for that. He got his frags at exactly the right time, just before power up, and that gives his team such a good chance of doing what they've done here.
Both power ups have been eliminated. I'm going to cycle around a little bit. Follow Immortal, who's just gone frag for frag with Prod X over the Mega. Can he rush back and grab it in time? Looks like he's missed out on that one.
That double power up though, that might have been enough to secure this game, but there is only one set of power ups remaining.
20 frag margin.
Yeah, it's just under 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes to go, rather.
So about 10 frags a minute they need. They'll still do it, but the kind of damage output you get from Lemmings Effect, a lot of the time it is just going frag for frag at best.
Yeah, you're relying on getting clean kills, because if you can't pick up the clean kills, it's unlikely you're going to make a chain of frags. And against such a strong aiming team, clean kills can be extremely hard to come by.
That is excellent rocket play by Products. I mean, it's so controlled as he dropped down there.
And he's got team support here for this next red. Very difficult for 102 to push in and take this. Pavel just suicidally drops in.
Sacrifices himself. You get that feeling that with drop downs like that, maybe just coming to the conclusion they can't bring this one back.
No, I mean, you have to try and take some risks and do things you otherwise perhaps wouldn't, but they aren't working, and Lemmings Effect will see out this first map.
Yeah, final power up. Just making sure they secured it. That entire team, it looked like, was going to set up the battlesuit, exactly the thing you want to do. And
yeah,
then,
just no risks.
Once it's secure, you can start pushing out, like we just saw them start trying to do.
Yeah, as soon as you see that there's no serious pressure on the suit.
Just trying to jump rail that rock was blocking his line of sight though. It's actually going to be a double power up, so we know now the Lemmings Effect are going to take this first map. Their map choice. That is the key ingredient.
Such a strong finish to the map. Really impressive play.
Really thought for a time that Deliberate Murder were going to be able to pull out some of the magic we saw last season and just get a grip in the map.
Deliberate Murder played the map well up until those last few sets of power-ups. They've actually, ended this map taking more reds than Lemmings Effect. And you think that's a big part of Lemmings Effect game. Control the red, control one of their favourite guns as a team, the lightning gun. You think that would have put them in good stead, but they couldn't back that up with good power-up play. And as we've seen in so many games this season, if not all of them, the power-up play has been what separated these otherwise close teams.
That was a very tense map between these two teams, but I mean the scoreline looks pretty comfortable now.
In the end, it certainly is comfortable. Best part of 40 frags.
Just higher damage across the board for Lemmings Effect there. Everybody in 102 dealt out in the 6k range, whereas we had 8k, we had a couple of 7k range, and a high 6 as well, so just damage output. That's just so much more significant there.